So this is Louis, and I'm currently out here in the Somalia of my home county, and by that I mean the nearest Tim Hortons cafe is about 25 minutes away from here, which I don't understand outside of the fact that there's nothing in the immediate area, and I mean the immediate area outside of cornfields, and it's snowing currently, and it's kind of like a nuclear winter in that this is a barren wasteland of no worth. It's like Chernobyl, but with less actual property that's useful. However, I should get to the actual point of this commentary. This morning, or whenever it was that the Trump administration signaled this, they released some kind of statement saying that they would not be getting rid of Barack Obama's 2014 executive order on LGBT protections for federal employees and contractors, which was a major step in anti-discrimination protections for LGBT people. The Donald Trump administration said that they would not be getting rid of these protections, which is a clear sign of support for LGBT protections, which also says that the conservative/evangelical attempt at a constitutional amendment to ban gay marriage, which, speaking from firsthand knowledge, I spoke to my uncle, who is a Mormon and is active in the campaign to ban gay marriage in America. That is now dead in the water. All right. I mean, it had very little chance of happening previously to now, but if Ted Cruz was president, you'd see a real attempt to see a constitutional amendment passed to ban gay marriage. And I can tell you with a decent amount of certainty that with Donald Trump as president, evangelicals are dead in the water. With just about everything that they'd want to do, it's not going to fucking happen. Donald Trump, to my knowledge, has never spoken out against lesbians, gays, bisexual people, and transgender people. I have seen at least two examples where Donald Trump has actually signaled support of transgender people, not even just indifference, but actual support of LGBT people, and treating them, more than fairly. So I don't understand where this narrative of Donald Trump is a homophobe, Donald Trump is a transphobe, Donald Trump is in any way against LGBT people. I have not seen any evidence of that. I have seen evidence of Donald Trump speaking insensitively towards Latinos, including people that are legal citizens. I have heard him speak rather poorly of Latinos, more specifically Mexicans, on more than one instance. But there's a big difference between speaking rather poorly of Mexicans and being a homophobe or transphobe. Those are different things. So when you say love trumps hate, which is a very, very common platitude, it is very common in the rhetoric of the left and of Democrats to say that Donald Trump is a bigot. The issue is, guys, and you have played this up to such a point that this move has left you defeated. If Donald Trump is not going to be an anti-LGBT president, and he has signaled that support more than once, more than 3 times that I have seen, he has outright signaled with very clear implications that he is not going to move against gays. He's not going to move against trans people. He's not homophobe. He's not a transphobe. He's from New York, for Christ's sake. When this is now codified in his administration, it is time for you to give up that stick, because now it is going to be a stick that is going to be used against you. I'm not saying this as someone that is in any way supportive of the current rhetoric of the Democratic Party, but I am saying that it is now actively counterproductive to call Donald Trump a homophobe. It is now counterproductive for you to call him a transphobe. It is not helping you. So next time you're out there with the fucking gay pride flags, remember that this is the guy that you are slandering, that you are defaming as a fucking homophobe.
As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me. And I have to say, as a Republican, it is so nice to hear you cheering for what I just said. Thank you.
A guy that has, in multiple instances, signaled support for LGBT people. This is a man with conservative supporters, Republican supporters that you are alienating from your side. It is detrimental to LGBT people to continue this empty rhetoric against Donald Trump. You're not helping your cause. You're not helping LGBT people. You're not helping me trying to support these kind of anti-discrimination measures. It's not helpful because it's harder for anyone to really have a grasp of you being gay or of you being bi. Trans, we're just going to leave alone because trans is a whole separate issue. In my opinion, the T should not be part of the LGB. T, and especially gender identity and gender expression, those are even further away because, that is so complicated and so esoteric that I just think that it should be left alone. Okay, I think that it should be left alone because in many ways it's a toxic issue. But when it comes to the LGB, and with Trump including the T, it's time to let this die. It's time to let this go. It's time to just focus on something else. And again, if you are a rabid anti-Trump retard, this is for you too. You need to let this go because you are not helping your cause. You are not helping LGBT people. You're actively acting to their detriment by doing what you're doing. If you want to call Trump a racist and a Nazi and whatever else, you can go ahead and do that. I can't stop you from being retarded. But it's time to stop calling him a homophobe. It is time to stop calling him a transphobe. It's time to stop.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more.
You are not helping lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and trans people by actively promoting nonsense that does nothing but hurt their cause and alienate conservatives that you can now bring on your side. Through Trump, we can move many conservatives to be in favor or to be indifferent towards gay people, and we can alienate and we can push the fringes of the evangelicals and the true homophobes and religious bigots that are out there. They do exist. My uncle actively wants to prevent gay marriage. He actively wants to do that. He wants to ban it and he wants to suppress it, and he does not like gay people. So if we want to actively help gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transsexuals and transgender, we need to tell these people to stop. It's time to stop. Because we are actively growing the support of LGBT people among conservatives through Trump. This should be embraced. People should say, thank you, Trump. Good job, Trump. This is a good move by the Trump administration. Trump deserves credit for this because it is a good thing that Trump did, and good on his administration for doing it. Good job, Trump. And I'm going to tweet this out, and I'm going to say, as I've said before with the Trans-Pacific Partnership, thank you, Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump, for doing this. Thank you, Donald Trump, for signaling support for this issue. Thank you, Donald Trump. And I think that everyone out there should be saying the exact same thing, who isn't a homophobe or a transphobe or whatever. Anyone that isn't a fucking homophobe or transphobe should be saying, thank you, Donald Trump, for doing this. Thank you for standing up for this. Thank you for these protections, and thank you for once again signaling support for this extreme minority within the United States. Thank you for doing this. And I'll just leave it there. Thanks for listening.